They've been doing this for hours. Why? I hope, I pray, I manifest that the lawn tools have stopped. I swear I like sat down and was like, hey guys, and then it was like, wait, no, I hear them again. Hopefully the mic means that you will just hear me. I'm not restarting and I already had my Oreo break. So welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to chaos. This is the first of what I'm hoping are gonna be weekly vlogs in July. I had a really fun time in June doing my reader unhaul series, so I wanted to do some more topical or challenge type vlogs. I have some really fun stuff planned for the next few weeks. I am focusing in July on reading new releases, so either reading books that have come out this year, maybe some advanced reader copies that I have for books coming out later in the year, prepping for new series, rereading older books and series so I'm ready when books come out later in the year. But the plan for this video is a fun one. You obviously will have seen it when you clicked on the video, but we are reading a series, a duology technically, rereading the first book and then going to get the second book tomorrow at the bookstore when it comes out. This is the first book. It is, I have to read the titles, they're so long. The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Bridget Knightley. The second book, The Exquisite Torment of Loving Your Enemy, comes out again tomorrow. Here come the lawn tools. They're like right outside my house at this point. He's working in a circle around the neighborhood. I shouldn't be mad at these men for just doing their job. It's okay. I hadn't actually finished my Oreo, so I'll finish the last bite. He's like at my front door. Wow, this has been chaotic. Sorry if I decided to not edit all of this out and you're just like, oh my gosh, is this video ever actually going to start? So if you've been around my channel, this may feel a little unusual to you. I don't read a lot of romantasy, which these books kind of pretty obviously are. It's just kind of a genre I'm not enjoying as much as I used to. I feel like a lot of the new releases, to be frank, are not very good. I do just also think that my reading tastes have changed, but I do like to keep up with series that I have previously started and enjoyed. So like for instance, when a new Fourth Wing book comes out, I will read that. I will read the new Ekatar books. The reason I picked up this series though is that it is based on a fan fiction I previously read and adored. I also don't read a lot of fan fiction anymore, but when I did, I was reading a ton of Hermione fiction. This is Draco and Hermione. The most famous is Manacled, which got turned into Alchemized. And then this book came out of the fic Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love. This Other Loves, long titles, which is legitimately one of the funniest and most romantic things I've ever read. I absolutely love it. I've read it like probably half a dozen times, and it got traditionally published as this duology. So I really wanted to read these books, and all in all, I felt she did a great job with the first one. It was a lot of fun. I'm actually really, really excited to reread it and to read the second one. They're perfect, like just kicking your feet and blushing and squealing and being like, ooh. Just so you have a brief idea of what this is about, they are both from different orders. So I think like she's a healer and he's an assassin. They're forced to work together because he's very sick. Why does she agree to help him though? Oh, her healing order like really needs funding. So he's basically bribing her to heal him, even though they're part of these rival orders. And so it's a very like reluctant enemies turned into lovers situation. They are both hyper competent, very chaotic bisexuals, both very, very strong personalities, very confident, very good at what they do, but also there's just a lot of chaos, especially when the two of them get together. It's really fun watching them try so hard to pretend that they are not attracted to or interested in the other person. That's a very, very basic minimal plot. I will give you some reactions as I go and a little bit of review at the end, but the bulk of today's video hopefully is going to be me getting and reading for the first time the second book, the sequel to this book, tomorrow. just read their first meeting, and he's trying to be all like dark and brooding and seductive, and she just doesn't fall for any of it at all. It is hilarious. I have spent a very pleasant afternoon and part of this evening. I had like 50 pages to finish after dinner rereading this book. My thoughts on second read are pretty much the same as the first time I read it. Honestly, this book is just a lot of fun to read. I think the characters are fun. I love her writing style. She manages to find a really good balance between almost crass and immature humor, but also really intelligent writing. Like, her characters are really smart. This is a stupid, I don't know how else to say this. They just use like really big words. I mean, I was looking up words and like writing the definitions in as I read, but it's fitting because, like I said before, they're both really intelligent and highly competent. So of course it fits that they would be throwing in like random French words here or there. It never felt like unnatural or like she had just gone to thesaurus.com and typed in what's another word for so-and-so and threw it in the book. It's obvious that the author is familiar with these words, and I thought that it fit the characters as well, but they are also idiots because neither one of them has like any idea what they're feeling or how to communicate with each other. They're both kind of self-obsessed. I feel like that's probably a really hard balance to strike in the writing. I think the sense of humor is not going to be for everybody. A lot of people don't like funny books. I really love funny books. This appeals to my sense of humor. I would actually say a similar book with a similar sense of humor at least would be the Assistant to the Villain series. The fourth book comes out next month, which I'm so excited. That's another series that I'm focusing on over this next month. But the kind of sarcastic, ironic, slightly immature humor in the main characters in this series is very similar to how I think Evie and the villain are in that series. My main complaints about this book, I have two. So one is that I don't love the way that it ends. It's kind of anticlimactic. I don't necessarily love or want like a giant cliffhanger. I like books that have a good self-contained ending even when they're part of a series, but this one kind of just stops, which was odd. My intuition is telling me that she wrote this duology as a single book and that then her publisher said, we can't publish that, it's too long, or if we split this into two and publish it as a series, we can get more money. That maybe sounds a little cynical of me. Based on how this book ends, it just feels like we're right in the middle of something that should very easily just flow right into the next scene. I'm hoping that's what the second book does, that it just picks up right after this one and keeps going. My other complaint, which I think is pretty common for books that are born out of fan fiction, is that the world building is just not quite there. You know, the thing about fan fiction is that another author or creator, showrunner, whatever, has already done the world building for you and people can just work off of that. Now, I do think that she's done a good job with her character work here. I do like the characters. I do feel like they're multi-dimensional and interesting, but as far as just the world itself, we're just getting very surface level information, I think, about the politics and the orders and their magic and all of that. It is a little jarring. I've been reading a lot of Sanderson and Tolkien this year, and both of them are obviously like huge into world building. I think that also is probably just a difficult skill to develop. So I really do like Bridget Knightley's writing, and I think she's a great writer on a prose level, on a character level. I think she's done a great job building the romantic tension, and I'm hoping that once this series is wrapped up, we're gonna hear some more about her new project, and I hope that it is completely original and she has a chance to like really grow as a writer in that. So we are halfway through the Dearly Beloathed duology. More to come tomorrow. secured. I'm actually so happy that I ended up going to the bookstore. I saw this at Target, but it was a Target special edition or something. It had a different color on the front. Barnes & Noble did a different color too. Anyway, all that to say, I'm not a huge fan of like the 5,000 different special editions money grab thing. My thing is like, if I'm gonna spend $30 on a hardcover, I want that to go to a bookstore. So I got really lucky because they ended up having a couple signed copies in store, which is so fun. I want to start reading this immediately. I am starving though, so I do need to eat lunch first. I'm going to enjoy my salad and my LaCroix, and then we will dive into this book. I actually love that she starts out the book. The story thus far section is like a summary of book one. I need more authors to do this because I am the worst at remembering what happened in previous books. I'm very glad this is here. I mean, I don't need it because I just reread the book yesterday, but if I hadn't, I would be very grateful for this. He is such a diva, and I love it. This is literally one of my literature pet peeves. I need authors everywhere to understand that you cannot reach a crescendo. The crescendo is the process by which something grows. It is not like the climax or the peak. That literally makes no sense. I hate it. Okay, calming down now. So I've read about 100 pages. I didn't even bring a bookmark, so I'm just using my pen as my bookmark. And so far, it's exactly what I expected it to be. It picks up right where the first book ended, which is what I said I wanted, so I'm happy with that. And we've had a few like pretty tense scenes already. I feel like the first one was a lot of conversation and establishing their antagonism and then their growing relationship. This one definitely has a lot more plot going on, which is fun. So we're seeing them in tense situations. We're also getting a lot more information just about the world as a whole and what's happening politically in this kind of big plot that has been going on, which I'm glad. Like I said, the first book was a little low on world building and also just kind of general overall plot outside of their relationship. So I feel like those things are picking up. I'm really enjoying it. So good 100 pages so far. I do think that it is the perfect time for a coffee break. So let's make an iced coffee. The place where their lips touched was the bright point upon which the rest of the world spun. That's so beautiful. Blushing, blushing. So clever. I am back after a brief dinner break. Tonight, if you saw, was hot dogs, Carolina style. So good. I'm like 2/3, 3/4-ish maybe through the book. So my plan is definitely to finish it up tonight. I'm still having a really good time. The romance is romancing, the slow burn is slow burning. Like I mentioned in my other update, the plot has definitely picked up, and I'm genuinely interested now to see how it's gonna resolve as far as this kind of large political issue and intrigue that they've stepped into. I think we're kind of at a point where something has got to give for both of them with regards to their orders and how they've been kind of going behind people's backs to help one another. They both have compromised their morals, or in Osric's case, his lack of morals, to help the other, even kind of beyond, above and beyond the call of duty or the terms of their initial bribe, so to speak. So at some point, I think for him especially, like his order is going to find out that he has been helping her, especially like feeding her information and stuff. And I don't think that's going to go very well for him. So I'm really interested to see how that plays out. They definitely have just become very intertwined. Their lives have become very intertwined in ways that neither of them expected. And at some point, this is all going to blow up. And because I'm this close to the end of the book, I'm imagining it's going to be soon. I'm looking forward to that. I will come back once I've wrapped it up and let you know my final thoughts on the book. Okay, I'm finished. I finished the book. I'm a little disappointed. Things got pretty interesting with the plot there for a while and then kind of just trickled off. This really is like romantasy. Honestly, even it's just a romance in a fantasy world, the romance is definitely the main point. So she obviously resolved things with them and their relationship. There was the big confession, etc. And as far as the plot, it was like, yeah, I mean, okay. Not a lot is actually resolved. I guess maybe that would just require some more books. We left our couple in a very satisfactory place, so I'm okay with that. The ending was actually a little bit cheesy for my taste. I really think these books are meant to just be like stupid fun, and they definitely were that. I did say, I think at the beginning of the video, that these are kind of a smart romantasy and that it's got a real academic bent to it. And again, the author uses pretty elevated language and descriptive writing. So to me, this is definitely a standout in the genre, at least in the sense that I am interested in reading it and have a really good time with it. I definitely did enjoy myself binging these books over the last 2 days. I actually am considering today the first day of my vlog that is going to come out next week. So here's a little sneak peek actually, that I am doing a challenge vlog to read 7 books in 7 days. And this was day 1 and book 1. So make sure you stick around for that video next week. Hopefully I'm successful. I don't know. We're still at the very beginning of the challenge, obviously, but I am looking forward to it. Please let me know if you have read this series or are interested in reading this series. I would love to talk to some more people about it. And subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I've got fun vlogs planned for the rest of the month of July. So hopefully I will see y'all next time, and thanks for hanging out today. I'm too long. I'm too long. Oh my god. This is the problem with having like 7-foot long femurs. I'm trying to be cute.